one of the reasons why we take the time to create these daily devotions, and I hope one of the reasons why you watch them, is because we all recognize the importance of spending regular quality time with the Lord. And as we do this, hopefully, it leads to life change and transformation. And today's scripture is an ancient example of the impact that spending time with God can have. It comes from Exodus chapter 34. This is a chapter that describes the renewing of the covenant after the disobedience of the stiff-necked people of Israel. And in it, Moses is spending time again with God on the mountain. And Exodus 34, verse 29 says, "When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the covenant law in his hands, he was not aware that his face was radiant because he had spoken with the Lord." And if you read the rest of that chapter from verse 29 through the end of chapter 34, you see the repetition of this idea that when Moses spent time in the presence of the Lord, listening and speaking with God, that his face became radiant. His face shone so much so that Aaron had Moses basically put a veil on it. You're just shining too brightly. And, symbolically, what a cool thing, right? What a cool thing that if everyone could tell that you had spent time with God because there was some physical manifestation to make that obvious to everyone. Well, it might be a little inconvenient if that manifestation was your face shines so brightly that you look like a bright LED light bulb after your quiet time. But wouldn't it be wonderful if people could tell that you and I had spent time speaking with and listening to God because of how we acted, because of how we spoke, because of how we treated people? Wouldn't it be great if we were glowing with the presence of the Lord? And in a sense, isn't that what Jesus is referring to in the Sermon on the Mount when he says, "Let your light so shine before others that they may give glory to your Father in heaven"? There's a sense in which, both in the Old Testament and in the New, that when we regularly spend time with the Lord, it should produce change in us, change that's visible and noticeable to other people. I've said before in a sermon, if people who know you well aren't aware that you're a Christian, there's probably something we need to do or something wrong. It should be evident that you and I spend time with the Lord. And I pray that will be the case today as we let our light shine and as God glows through you.